Previously, in Adventure Awaits, probably most of you had one of the longest days of your lives. It seems as though you stumbled into something much bigger than yourselves in some type of drow plot, army, invasion. There's words being thrown around, but clearly you shouldn't be there. 4 of you finding your way into the hands of these drow and pried for information that you have no idea what they were asking about. Thanks to Kai and Orsik, who were able to find their way into this dungeon that the 4 others were trapped in, deactivate some sort of distortion, mind-affecting fields that affected your perception of time and space around you. You were able to defeat and actually capture 2 of the head drow of this facility and make your way back up topside. We pick up as night had fallen. The snowstorm surrounding the way in is getting rougher now, as it seems there's a good inch or so of snow already on the ground, and you made your way, bruised and hurt, back to the way in.
How do you use the shampoo? I heard there's like a rinse and lather situation, or do kind of just like dunk my head and then put the shampoo on?
I'm more of a, rinse, lather, repeat sort of gal.
Can you do my hair for me?
Sure, I can help.
Orsik is also going to go to the communal bath.
Given your party size, they direct you the large chamber. It's one large bath, plenty of room for you all to separate out. The 2 kind of younger human attendants that seem to be kind of the overnight staff here, kind of eye you all up and down as you enter with your various wounds and now tattered clothing and stuff. They just kind of take a half step back and just go prep the baths without saying anything and just kind of motion you in.
Is Juliet not coming?
I guess not.
Oh, I guess not.
I walk around the corner.
Juliet, make a perception check for me. With a 19, as you decide to split off from the group instead of heading to the bathhouse, you catch in this very large open tavern area. Dirtier, lime green, scaled dragonborn sitting off in the corner. Spread out all across his table is different rolled up maps, inks and stuff. And he seems to kind of just commandeer this entire table and seems to be working under the quietness that the way in has fallen under now.
I just want to sit at his table and say, hi, I need a map. Do you have any maps of the area around Bowshot?
The rest of this kind of booth seat that's around in this corner, it was also full of different like bags and the cases that these maps would be carried in and stuff. And you kind of just brush them aside and sit down as he just kind of looks up at you. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Juliet. I need a map. Specifically any caves. I think they were mining tunnels at one point. She
Are
told us they
you
used
okay?
I am as okay as I'm going to be today. Thank you for asking, though. I really do appreciate that. Are
He
you
looks
okay?
you up and down. I'm fine.
Sure, what's your name?
Leans back forward. Gavineth.
Okay, Gavin. Lovely to meet you.
I've been making my way up here from the southeast, so I have not hit Bowshot yet. How about this? Come back in the morning, and we'll talk again.
Juliet will get up and will move exactly one table over and sit down.
Okay. Meanwhile, Boros, you went straight to sleep, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I probably napped for like 30 minutes before can't fall asleep. I'll get out of bed. I'll leave my weapons in my room, but I'll go to the bathhouse.
We do gotta get work though.
Should we do the goblin mission then still?
Yeah, it only takes maybe half a day to walk over there.
We still have that contract with the caravan.
Well, they're not leaving until we're ready, but the main thing that hinders us, we need the wagon and the mules.
You know, whenever I was younger, I had a dream about being a florist.
That rose on your forearm?
I got this for a different reason. This is actually a ranunculus. The tattooist accidentally made it a rose, however.
You just hear a knock. Hello? Is anyone there?
Ah, Boros. Come. Enjoy the bath with us.
Thank you all, by the way.
Yeah, it's no problem. Don't even mention it.
Jin nods.
You know, I've been curious about that. How did you guys finagle your situation?
It was mostly luck.
Our thread kind of helped a lot. I don't think you guys told Orsik and I what exactly happened. Was it bad?
It was bad. Sorry for lying to you all.
Are you like Boros now? You sound
No.
different. Is this a lips
Yes.
thing? Is this coming out?
No.
What's happening?
I've always been Boros. Siegfried
Oh.
was my father's name.
But why lie though?
Reasons I'm not comfortable talking about out here in public spaces. I was planning on telling you when I was more comfortable.
Does
Trust me.
anybody else have any secret names before we get this out there? For the record, I'm just being absolutely honest. My name is my name.
You all have been pronouncing my name wrong. I haven't told you because I think it's funny.
Oh,
So how do you
It's
pronounce your name?
actually Orsk.
Orsk.
Like the I is silent?
Boris?
Yes.
Orsik. There's an I for a reason.
No, that's not how language works.
Speaking
Uh,
about names, Jin, is it just Jin or is it short for like Jeanette?
Ooh.
He looks at you like, really? And it says, it is just Jin.
Mercedes, sit down. It's your turn. I'm
Okay,
gonna start
okay.
lathering.
Well, I'll give you a different shampoo because your shampoo was specially formulated to kill bugs.
Your back, it's covered in scars.
Yeah, I'm good. Some of them kind of just got naturally from hunting and accidents here and there. Some of it's actually, I don't know where I got some of these.
Some stories are a bit more attractive than others. As I lift up one of my forearms, it's just covered in scars.
I would probably just follow Mercedes, so we're probably the first people to leave.
Yep,
Alright,
meet up with Juliet.
Alright, in that case, I'll lose second.
You try to beat Kai out of the
Oh, no. Well,
bath.
like,
You
I
hear
didn't
a
say-
lifeguard whistle. No running.
No
no running
running
full
in the
side.
Kai looks at you with the face of, we're doing this? Okay.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
I need both of you to roll dexterity checks for me. Kai, you get up, you make it a few steps, and your feet just slip out of under you as boom, you face plant to the ground. Or
Oh.
you kind of look back and you're like, that's what you get, slip, and you face plant also.
Oh,
A few
God.
feet from the door.
Kai just starts laughing with pain, like, oh,
Oh, my ass. Oh.
you didn't have any.
He's gonna like help Kai up. He says, "Okay, let's just call this a draw."
Okay. I'll accept Orsik's hand, right? And in midway of pulling, I'm just gonna push you in one of the closest paths.
Oh hell no! Hell no!
I need an athletics check out of Kai and either athletics or acrobatics from Orsk.
I'm definitely rolling acrobatics. Oh god!
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
athletics is good for me.
All right, let's do this.
No!
Oh, shit. He's so
So
nimble.
as Kai, as you accept his hand and like begin to push, Orsk, you kind of see this coming and are like, oh shit, it's still on, and duck out of her shove and kind of let go of her hand and get just out of the way of her incoming force.
All right, that's it. I take off my towel. I'm gonna whip Cracker with it.
Oh, jeez.
Boom, this like wet towel just slap you on the side and it stings up and down your arm. This war is on.
Okay, this is how we're playing. Oh, Kai is just gonna full on try to do bridge suplex somehow.
Orsk stands fast and he shouts, "Bring it on!" Hey,
Okay, why are you rolling so good this
Once
session?
again.
Last session, you were just
I-
not great.
I don't know. I guess bat scenes make Orsk powerful.
It's the shenanigans. You always get the best rolls in shenanigans.
You see Kai coming again and step to the side. What would you like to do to respond, if anything?
I would like to stick my leg out and have her trip into the bathwater as she's coming.
Acrobatics check to dodge that, Kai. You dodge out of Orsik's leg that he just threw out there.
Yeah.
I'm 6'7". I'm trying to gonna grab his foot and upside down him.
No!
And
Same contested grapple check for me.
Come on, Ty.
Oh boy.
Oh
Ooh. You can't
Uh-huh.
move your leg out of the way fast enough as she just grabs it. How much do you weigh?
Like, definitely less than 100 pounds.
Okay, Kai, can I have you roll a general strength check for me? You're very, very loosely being held up right now.
Alright. For the time being, right? Like, Orsik is gonna time out, right? We'll finish this later.
Okay, and I'm gonna put you in the bath.
Drop you.
Orsik lands with a splash. And, like, his head pops back up, but he's blowing bubbles in frustration, right?
Peeking out from the door from the waiting area are just two sets of these like younger human eyes that are looking at what all this commotion was happening. And as they see you guys look over, they close the door and retract back.
I'm going up to my room. You guys have a good night.
Later, boys.
Boros and Jen, you two are alone in the bathhouse now.
Yeah, I'm just asking. So, how are you doing? You seem to be handling this better than all of us.
I was taught to only focus on things you can't control.
All I really know is what my mom taught me. How to turn your anger into a weapon, how to keep it sharp and direct at the people that deserve it, not your friends and family. Sometimes I feel like I can't control it that well. It's never been something I've been able to control.
I do remember you mentioned earlier that you hear voices. Is that part of what you do?
That's a part of it. I was always taught to just ignore them.
What do they say?
Mostly just incoherent whispers. Sometimes they tell me to hurt people, tell me to get violent, tell me I'm worthless, nobody will love me, I won't be happy.
You know that is false. You have a family.
I do. As small as it is. You said you were raised by someone else other than your birth parents?
Yeah, I did.
Do you know whatever happened to them? Your birth parents?
I do not. I was very young. Don't remember much, actually.
Same here. All I know is that I was picked off on the side of the road. But I'm starting to feel like that's just a convenient lie to tell me. Yes, I believe it was what she called herself. Said something about me being made for something. Can I tell you something personal?
Go ahead.
Remember how I say that I black out when I'm doing it?
Yes.
It's a lie. I know what's going on. If I keep it in, it might come out against someone that doesn't deserve it. Somebody that is innocent, and that scares me.
You can find a way to control this. Power has balance. Even myself, what I can do is very chaotic. If I'm not the way that I am, I can burn everything around me.
Could you promise me something, though?
What is that?
If I ever truly lose control of myself, and no words were getting me to back down, don't hesitate to put me down, please.
Jin looks up to the ceiling and takes a deep breath. Well, let's hope it doesn't come down to that.
I think my dad would have liked you. You've seen someone that's capable, strong leader.
You said you missed him. How long ago was it?
He died a decade. I was about 12 at the time. I remember the last thing he ever said to me. Love you, kid. We later found him in the barn. You would think he would be sleeping at the time, but he was cold, lifeless. Back in Daggerford, the reason I was there is because he left me something in case something really bad happened. And it was a journal in code, his sword, a little plush toy, and a potion of healing. And I spent all day as you were making that explosive back in Bowshot, trying to decode the letter. And I eventually did. Something about protecting me from an evil. Like this was something he was expecting to happen. That's why I need to go to Phandalin. His old friend's there. He's the only one that knows how to decode the rest of the journal and hopefully get myself under control.
This is something of high priority then. I will help you get there.
Thank you. And if there's anything I can do to help you, just let me know. I feel like I owe you a debt that I can never repay. All of you. Shot in the dark, but you wouldn't happen to know a person named Darren Ettermoth, would you? He's the man I'm looking for. He's in Phandalin. The only man my father would trust with the rest of the code.
Was your father named
She
Linhart
knows
as
something
well?
about- Yes.
Jin gets up and grabs a towel and starts drying his hair. Then he gets close to you, pats you on the shoulder. I'll keep this to myself. You can gain control
you.
eventually. Just be patient. Practice. And I walk out.
Just stare at the ceiling for probably another 15 minutes and then I'll get out of the bath.
As you all retreat back to your rooms for the evening, you guys would be getting back up to your room right as Juliet's slowly found her way back.
Oh, Juliet, you're back.
Should have took a bath. You don't look that great.
I will open the door to our room so that we can go into it. 'Cause I feel like we all just had started having this strange conversation in the hallway. Do you still look like an old lady?
I haven't actually taken the long rest yet.
Oh, fuck. I'll tell you this because you guys are my friends and we're a sleepover, and I feel like these are the kind of things that you tell people at a sleepover. Okay, so, like, money's been really tight at home, and my dad's trying to do the right thing, but at the same time, I keep trying to tell him that we gotta be careful about just giving out medicine because that stuff's expensive, and he works so hard. And so I was like, I'm gonna do what I can to make money. And so I started, making chemicals, and then these guys back in town, they were like, you're really good at this. Do you think you could make me something if I gave you a bunch of money for it? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. That doesn't seem like a problem. It was just a regular chemical. I didn't think anything of it, only to realize that I didn't piece things together, and they made more chemicals based off the chemical that I made, and they may have started poisoning people, including a really high official in a really big city, and now I think I'm being wanted for poisoning someone, and I'm really worried.
That's
So-
bitchin'.
So this wasn't your first murder?
It's a string because I've only now recently found out that the people who I sold those chemicals to are part of what's known as and she's gonna do quotation marks, thieves guild / criminal syndicate that I didn't know about. And
How many quotes does she make when you do thieves guild / criminal syndicate? I need a visual, please.
she does 2 because she put the slash in there when she said thieves
You
guild.
don't just keep going.
No, she's
Interesting. Good to know.
2. They used my chemicals and they made something else. Something that wasn't supposed to happen because they were really mixing the chemicals together. And that's what my journal is for, because I'm trying to track down what they made in hopes that I can make a cure and, do the right thing.
I mean, I just think you should turn yourself in for your crimes, but it's fine.
She was just making money.
I mean, I
But
feel
you
guilty
still have to take responsibility
about
for your
a
actions, regardless of the reason you did them, even if you meant really well.
Should we take you
You
to
still
jail
made a
again,
mistake.
Juliet?
That's why I
Me
want
to jail?
know-
No, I already did my time.
Wait, when?
Anyway, the point is,
You're going to
we
conversation.
have to go to Bowshot.
Juliet, you're not being fair. We had this discussion about opening the door to conversations, and you said that you served your time. Did you mean today, or did you mean in general?
I did.
You're not answering the question.
That is correct. You are very very observant, ma'am.
Why?
Why am I not answering the question? Because it's already over and we've moved on.
But you're not
I've
answering
moved-
it, and we're friends. I wouldn't tell your secret. I'm just curious to know, did you go to prison? If you did, that's pretty cool, I guess. Is that something we congratulate people for if they go to prison?
It is
I'm
not.
How this works.
Congratulations.
Yay! I'll clap too.
There's a knock at your guys' door, very loud and very forceful.
Owl bear.
Owl bear at the door.
I thought it was Jin.
Why would Jin?
Just
I mean,
stare.
also, Jin wouldn't knock that hard. He would have a much more delicate knock, I feel like.
Oh,
If anyone was gonna knock that hard, it would be Orsik.
No,
would
Orsik
knock
actually has a
that hard.
gentle touch. Like,
Really?
he
You
bleeds
think?
too much to be forceful.
Are we gonna open the door?
Whoa, I don't know how to
just-
take that.
I just feel like of
Kai
the
will
gentlemen
open the
that we
door
are
at this
traveling
point.
with,
I'm gonna
You
hold my
see-
Orsik
knife.
has the firmest hand.
This very raggedy looking dwarven man standing in the door, like hair's all rough. It's clear he's got like some type of night garb on, just looks up at you. Can you please keep it down? The hallway is trying to sleep. And he walks away.
Why are you,
You shouldn't
sleeping
sleep
in the hallway? You should get a room. It's an inn.
You guys both say that at the same time.
Absolutely.
He
100%
continues
we do.
walking.
Stab
Seems
him.
to go into a room like 2 doors down the hallway from you guys.
So
and
he
goes
has a
back in.
room. What's he complaining about? We're not throwing a party. We're having a conversation.
So I'm tired.
Same.
Kai, after this conversation, you begin to separate and you head to bed as sleep begins to find you. You open your eyes into a bright, white, familiar throne room. As the figure sits up, impossibly tall in front of you, the light almost blinding as you recognize where you're at. Though you can feel it's changed. Before, this throne room was immaculate. Beautiful white marble, ornately carved, everything. It's dirtied now, though. The floor's been cracked. Some of the pillars are scorched. It's odd, but you feel this familiar presence as this disembodied voice almost from this towering figure reaches out to you. You took my mission well, child. Maybe a bit more than I thought you would.
Were they the one we were looking for?
You could say that. Though I did not know they were there. I thought it would be quite a bit longer before you ran into them. But it seems that even they elude someone like me with the powers they have on their side. You and your friends held yourself well in battle. You show a very promising future. And I think I can help. Though I must say, things are taking a turn on my end. I may not be able to guide you as I thought I once could. I think you must learn a lot on your own still. It may be dangerous. Tread carefully on your future travels. The enemy is everywhere. As this large hand that's probably 20 times the size of your body reaches out and just kind of engulfs you for a moment, you feel this familiar energy from your home village. As now the power of the Feywild has been imbued into your body. And as this vision fades, and you will have waken up the next morning, you will now have your level up in the other class. As you all find yourselves drifting off to sleep, and eventually awaking the next morning, you will all be level 4. Jin, can I have you roll a stealth check for me?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Where are you
Oh,
going, Jin?
sneaky, sneaky.
Well, Jin, meet me downstairs.
Move
Jin,
it.
another stealth check. You head back into your shared room, quietly close the door, and the sun is still just beginning to peek over the horizon.
So Orsik will stretch his limbs, and he's gonna walk past Jin and pat him on the back as he sleeps, and he says, "Good morning, buddy. Sleep well. I'm gonna get you some breakfast."
Kai would also leave and check out the inn.
Alright.
Juliet would get up and go with Kai and let Mercedes sleep.
Mercedes is still in bed.
Oh, Kai would put shrooms with Mercedes to sleep with her, and she'll also
Oh.
leave her owlbear plushie tucked in.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
really fucking cute.
Alright.
Adorable. Someone needs to draw that.
Holy shit.
I am getting up and going to have some breakfast.
Jin and Mercedes continue to sleep as the sun rises. The other four of you meet up.
Oh, hey, everyone.
Well, hello, Boros. Do you feel better?
A little.
One of his construct clones comes by to take your order.
Get a dozen eggs, a gallon of coffee, some bacon, some sausages, please.
The all-you-can-eat waffle and pancake buffet.
Mushroom soup. Can I also have a red snapper? Can I also have something called a ramen? I heard that was really good.
Juliet will order coffee and toast.
Server nods and off he goes into the distance.
I feel like you don't trust me.
That would be from the lying.
Orsik, should we
That
leave?
you grow out of it.
Let's crawl under the table and leave.
Good people.
Look, I get it. You're someone that fights for
Neither of
truth
them
and
notice.
justice and all of
You
that.
guys are stealthy enough. You both just sneak off if you want to.
Okay, we do.
Yeah, let's go over there. As he points to like an empty table somewhere.
Since you're looking more this time, roll another perception check.
Woo, 17.
Hey.
17. So Orsik, as you were looking around, and Kai, as you're getting up, you do actually notice this lizard folk figure. Very kind of elegant, purple gold inlaid robes that go down with her kind of spiked tail and longer snout. She's up at the bar right now and seems to be getting in a more and more heated interaction with a dwarven patron, which Kai, you recognize as the dwarf that knocked on your door last night so impolitely.
I tell Orsik, hey, that's the fucker that was yelling at me and the girls last night.
Are you
He was a-
serious?
Knocked on a door, like boom, boom, boom. It was just like, yeah.
Orsik is going to look over at the dwarf, right? And then he's going to look back over at Kai, and for a short pause before he says, "Do you want me to stab him?"
Everyone went to jail yesterday. Maybe while we're still on the good side of the guards, I say let's just go up and fuck him up somehow. No stabbing.
As you are kind of debating about what to do, you see him get more heated and slam his hands down on the bar and push himself up and off his seat. And you see him yell at her, "You fiendish snake-faced daffodil!" and walks off.
What the fuck did you
That's
say?
Oh, wow.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Juliet and Boros would hear this.
Oh my god, am I missing the tavern fight? God damn it.
I think
That
that's
means we
right.
won't
We're
get kicked
Hell
out.
fine.
yeah,
We're
hell
good,
yeah.
Mercedes.
Oh, okay, you're right, you're right,
Yeah,
you're
now
right.
Jin and Mercedes are going to be the two that have to go rescue everyone else.
Yes.
Round 2.
Orsik and I would love to follow this dwarf and stealth our way.
Absolutely.
As this happens, Juliet, Boros is getting up and walking up to this lizard folk.
I just go out to the lizard folk and just speak in draconic. You doing okay?
How tall is
Five.
Boros?
5'4". He's not
5'4",
that tall.
okay. Her standing would be about 6'4", so up on this bar stool, like, she's quite a bit above, and she just kind of looks down at you. Sweetheart, I've been called so much worse before. That petty man means nothing to me. It's part of being royalty. People don't like you so much.
Royalty.
Oh no.
Yes, honey, you didn't notice the robes? That almost offends me more than what he said.
Well, I can tell with the robes that you come from a place of money, but I wasn't aware it was like big money.
Right, I also can speak Draconic and will be speaking Draconic during this conversation.
I'm the High Princess of the Nelanther Isles. Come from very far to travel and spread the word before I take the throne. So many more common folk aren't happy with my presence here. It's quite normal.
Where are the Nelanther Isles?
Go and roll a history check. Boros, you too, if you'd like. Historically, these isles are crowded with more monstrous or rough around the edges races, orcs, ogres, lizard folk. It's very much kind of a pirate society. They ruled the sea from these isles for a long time and very much took what they want. Anything they wanted on the seas, commandeered any ship and cargo that they wanted without hesitation. So more recently, they've decided to start trying to shift their image, at least, to more of a come and visit us, we're a better place type of society.
Oh, so like when they have those ads for like, come visit Michigan, and they pretend like that's a great place.
That sounds like a...
Your Highness, what was your name? I'm sorry, I'm just not familiar with your
I'm worried what you're gonna do with this name, Ariel.
place.
I really
beautiful.
am.
I am so excited to give this princess a new name.
I'm gonna sound it out for you, okay, so you can get it right. Strun Drog Key. Strun Drog Key. And I will even put it in the chat. How about that?
Man, Aaron, I can't even get that right.
Drog-key? So Stephanie.
Jesus Christ.
I was going to ask Stephanie what was her next stop on her progress.
From here, we'll be heading northbound.
Do you have a company with you, or are you alone?
Oh, no, dearie. I travel with many a people. I've just snuck away this early morning to attempt to maybe interact better with the common folk as I've been instructed to do, but, well, me and common folk.
And what specifically made the dwarf angry?
I beat him at a hand of
know
cards, of
Know
course.
him. Oh, well, that's incredibly reasonable. I would
Not
like to
according to
insight
him.
check that.
Go ahead. Can you go down to whispers for me?
Oh, okay.
She rolled really low.
I would like to warn her not to stop in bowshot. But do be careful in the roads. There, people have gone missing up that way.
You have yourself a good day, and it's nice meeting you.
Have a good one. Meanwhile, this dwarven man starts going down the other wing of the building that you haven't been over to very much, packing different things into his pockets and stuff. You probably get about 4 or 5 rooms down this hallway before he suddenly just stops and turns around. You're basically just both crouching in the middle of this hallway, following along with him. And he just stares at you guys.
Hey, you. We overheard what you said to the lizard folk over there. What you said was not...
I could have called her much worse, and she probably deserves it.
You are giving dwarves a bad name by calling ladies such a foul...
I'm giving dwarves a bad name? Is he like,
Yes,
looks
you
you up
are.
and down with the overalls on and is like, maybe look to dress more appropriately.
First of all, these are a gift. Second of all, I don't like your tone very much. As a
And I
matter of
don't like
fact-
you impeding in business that isn't about you.
Well, I don't like your beard.
Oh dear.
You should roll an intimidation check.
Right when he said that, he has an advantage because Kai would make an illusion of like fire behind him just burning.
What the fuck? I love it.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Can I stealthily cast it?
Sleight of hand check. It's a natural 20 on his part. Kind of gives a slight side glance to Kai before looking back at you. What a disgrace. And he turns around and continues walking down the hallway.
Yeah, you
Your
better
mama.
run.
Sorry.
Kai's gonna charm person this dwarf.
Let's not repeat yesterday, please. We don't need to kill any more.
This
It's
feels really familiar
Oh.
to me.
It's a natural 6. So you have charmed this dwarven man.
Alright, lad, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go back to that nice reptile lady. You're going to apologize. And then you're going to apologize to her as he points to Kai. And then her as he points out of the hallway over to where he thinks Juliet is. And then he's gonna point upward and he's gonna say, and to her where he thinks Mercedes is sleeping at.
Since Kai is the one that casts the spell, he just looks over and stares at Kai.
Well, you could do everything my friend asked. First, I would love for you to kneel down, put your face on the floor, and apologize to my friend. His overalls are amazing.
He will kneel, like head to the ground in a bow. I'm terribly sorry, sir, for any offense. Those overalls look wonderful on you.
He's gonna hold out a ring that he has on his hand and says, "Kiss my ring." I've always wanted to do this.
He looks over at Kai.
As he whispers over to Kai, right?
Do as the man says.
He'll kiss the ring.
Ah, that must be what royalty feels like. Okay, now I'm done having my fun.
Okay, so this is your assignment. You're gonna go in, run towards the nice lizard lady that you yelled at, and apologize to her really loud what you did wrong and why you suck. And when she accepts your apology, you're gonna go in a handstand, screaming out, "I'm an ugly little princess and my beard sucks."
Oh, Kai, you're the devil.
Damn.
There should be a very pretty blonde paladin. You're gonna handstand walk towards her while screaming the phrase I told you, and and apologize.
Yeah, I need you to roll a persuasion check, please. Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
You can tell he hesitates. Like, not only A, is this a lot of instructions, but B is very, very outlandish for this man. He takes in a deep breath, and my man full sprints towards the High Princess, getting on his knees and sliding up to her bar stool. The Boros and Juliet, you've just begun to walk away at this point. You begin to hear from the other wing of the way in, 2 full plate armor soldiers come running out in the same type of royal garb painted onto their full plate as the High Princess has. Come running seemingly for her protection as this crazed dwarf man is sliding up to her at full speed. He bows his head and begins like profusely apologizing to her as she didn't originally notice him running up, but now notices as he begins talking and looks down, lets out a blood-curdling scream as she leans back too far to try to get away from him and begins to fall off her bar stool. Guards are arriving, and one of them catches her and gets her off calmly. Guard number 2 rushed past her and has tackled this man who is already on the ground, but full football smashed into him with full plate armor and pins him to the ground as he continues to seemingly not care, but continues to profusely apologize. Guard 1 is putting himself around the High Princess and begins taking her off into one of the wings. Boros, do you follow?
If they'll let me.
Sure. Yeah. You can follow along. The guard is keeping you from physically touching her, but is not stopping you from following. The guard on top of the other one begins pulling out seemingly shackles and chains that he had as part of his equipment, and begins like triple chaining this man.
Whoa there, champ. I think you got him.
Juliet, roll a persuasion check for me. He ran at the High Princess. I'm under orders to detain any individual. As the guard is distracted talking with you, the dwarven man slips out of one of the shackles, immediately goes into a handstand, and looks up at you, Juliet.
But I would like to command stop.
That's a natural 2.
Beautiful. I'm gonna give him command stop.
Slips out, handstands, begins to scream at the top of his lungs, "I'm an ugly little," and then stops. Drops down from his handstand and just kind of sits there. As the guard is like, "What the fuck is happening?"
I think you should go see to your princess. I'll take care of the dwarf?
Charm person has now thus stopped. Command would have superseded. Guard's just sitting there, puts his shackles away, and holding his head just walks away like, I don't get paid enough for this.
I would like to offer a hand down to the dwarf to help him up.
It seems like his eyes kind of like glaze over for a split second as like he's kind of thinking about everything that was happening and fully hasn't gotten his own mind back yet. And he kind of looks at you and like very genuine and sincerely looks at you and says, I'm sorry. I should be getting back to my room now. And will attempt to hastily walk back down the hallway that Orsik and Kai have disappeared at the end of.
Beautiful. I would like to flag down one of the constructs and have them... I know which room is his because it's 2 down from ours. I would like to send up room service coffee to that poor dwarf.
How's the actual princess doing?
You can see they take her down a couple of the first floor hallways and appear to arrive at a room that has 2 of these same guards stationed out front. Looks like maybe just a staging post or one of the secure rooms that they've rented. And will begin to try to lead her in, and as you're following along, the 2 other guards will step in the way and block you from entering.
Alright, just making sure she's doing okay, and I'll get out of your hair. You have yourself a pleasant day, gentlemen. I'll return back to the dining room.
Orsik and Kai, as you have disappeared underneath the stairwell at the end of this hallway, you notice the very confused, raggedy dwarven figure walk back up the stairs, just like mumbling to himself.
Orsik is gonna whisper over to Kai, this is fantastic. I would have never expected this to happen.
Kai reaches out for a silent high five.
Orsik high fives back.
Okay, let's secretly go back to the table and pretend this never happened. We went to the bathroom break.
All right, as you all make your way, the 4 of you back to your shared table, which during this chaos, at some point, your platters of food were delivered, including 2 gallons of coffee set on the table, a dozen eggs, bacon, sausage, a gigantic pile of 10 waffles and 10 pancakes, with 2 mugs of an exotic breakfast beer sitting for Orsik, a gigantic bowl of steaming hot mushroom soup, a plate of beautifully cut up and prepared red snapper, a beautiful bowl of ramen, a cup of coffee, and some toast.
Oh, hey, you 2 are back. You missed it.
Yeah, what
wait, what?
happened?
Yeah,
there was
what-
like a lot of screaming.
Wanted to ask the lizard folk lady what was all that about. Turns out she's a princess about to become queen.
Oh,
She was
okay.
doing like a goodwill tour. And then this dwarf from out of nowhere just came screaming, running up to her.
Kai describes the dwarf. Is it that dwarf? We passed by him while he was screaming at the lady.
We thought he was just crazy.
Yeah.
You 2 wouldn't have anything to do with it, would you?
Can I do an insight check on them?
Go ahead. You do roll deception, please.
I will
Both
do
of
that
us?
as well.
Oh,
Yep. Both of you deception with insight.
owl bears, huh?
What are we planning on doing today?
Well, after when we eat, I know I need to go down to the blacksmith shop. Then after that, I'm really free all day.
The real Daruvian, Redbeard, walks up to your table. Howdy, folks. How's it going?
Oh, hello, going fine.
Well, I've heard a little bit from Rusorth herself that you'll be staying on the house over here, so bath services, spa services, in-room massages or companions if you'd like, and of course all your meals.
Companions.
Is that a pet service?
I don't think they're pet services.
It's not.
Pet is one word you could use.
Yeah, I have a
Companions in
companion
the
as a
sense
pet.
of if you want someone to stay with you for part or most or all of the nights. Well, if you change your mind, come in here any time of day and we can find maybe what you're looking for.
Anyway, after breakfast, I'm gonna check out Arthur's room to see if he left anything behind.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. While you're up, could you check on Jin and Mercedes?
If you want to go check on Mercedes, Boros, I will go check on Jen.
Is it really that much of a revelation to you?
It is your entire identity that you lied about. I would like to go check on Jin, and then I would like to take Jin with me back to the guard's place. Unless Jin has other obligations this morning.
Is this the deal with Eris and Francis?
That is the plan, but also, I think maybe you should be on the other side of that one-way glass thing. You've got a lot of feelings about it.
I'm not going to hurt her.
I'm not worried about you hurting her. I'm worried about it hurting you.
I can handle it. I am an adult, thank you.
Oh,
That sounds like something someone who isn't an adult would say.
For the record, I have my own house back at home.
Wow.
I am a homeowner.
I am a homeowner.
At the time, I was working.
You're not making a good case for yourself.
Trade a business.
401k.
I can
Would you,
handle it.
Boros, would you
Got a high
like a
credit
shovel
score?
to continue digging your own grave with? You own your own home?
Yes.
Who's taking care of it while you're away? Did you get a responsible house sitter?
Did you put it on Airbnb?
Oh.
Stop inventing things in my
I-
world.
Did you at least lock the door?
Oh,
Didn't leave the key under the
That's
mat.
actually an interest. That's actually
He
an
actually-
interesting question, Boros.
He put a fake rock on the front porch that has a hidden key in it.
Don't
Oh.
tell me you
Let's
left
just
the
think all this
lamp
seems like-
on. Make you think that someone was home the whole time.
It's just like a 1,000-yard stare coming from him as he's realizing, oh.
Wait, I have a question. Orisk, are you a homeowner too?
We're ending this conversation now as I just leave without saying anything else.
I owned a small jewelry shop. I could barely afford rent.
Make sure to check on Mercedes.
I'm gonna go check on Jen.
Okay.
We'll start with Boros.
I just go around a corner, just put both my hands to the wall and just start heavily breathing. Oh my god. That's right. How did I forget about that? Is anyone looking after her? Is anyone home? Do I even have a home?
oh my god.
Just take a moment to wipe my eyes. Something I'll need to ask Mom. Let her out. I just shuffle my feet towards Arthur's room.
All right. As you get to Arthur's room, it is unlocked. As you go in, the room is very neat and clean. The bed is near perfectly made. The place has been, looks like, dusted, and on kind of, it's a small room, a small writing desk with a chair. The only thing left in this room is a letter folded into an envelope, and on the front of the envelope it says, "Friends."
I grab the letter.
Do you open it?
I will open it. For the record, I am going to tell everybody else when I can see them.
Okay. Do you want me to just go ahead and share it now, and we'll assume you
Yeah, just
show
share it
everyone
to
else?
everybody since I was going to anyway.
Oh,
of
it's
the
an
Discord.
actual written letter.
Oh wow. Huh. Even has erase marks on it and everything.
That is so cool.
I just smirk, tuck it into my coat pocket.
We will end there for tonight.